You know, we still got a lot of basketball left. Still a nice flow for Georgia Tech right now. See it, their Princeton offense. Another back cut. There it is.
Blocked by Fudge. Gaines the other way. Gets his own miss and then fouled by Howard.
Here the LSU Tigers in half court. Nice jump stop. That was actually one little ball reversal and then getting into the teeth of the defense. The big difference, they're not settling from behind the three-point line in this half, Dave.
You and I were talking at halftime that LSU just not finding the range. I mean, they're 3 of 16 from behind the arc, and you got a guy like Gates, big, strong, physical guy. It's a mismatch. Why not just try to post some guys up? You got Fudge with long arms. You got Reed, who's 7-footer.
Sure. Well, the zone, I think, has made LSU passive. So their defense, we talk about Georgia Tech's offense helping their defense. LSU's defense needs to help their offense. The more stops they consistently get, the better opportunities they'll have to get out in transition and do the things that they like to do.
And a reach-in foul there on Gaines. Talked to his middle school coach before the game today. Said he was a grinder in middle school, defensive wizard back in the day.
Well, I think Gaines has a nice upside, the sophomore out of Georgia, just now coming into his own a little bit this year.
Well, Pinson stumbles, gets up. Here's Smith. Tried to get it to Howard, does so. Shot clock at 4. Howard, little jump hook, too strong. Pinson, Gaines, reverses, block the follow. The scramble for the ball, and it'll be a tie-up. Fudge and Smith down on the deck.
You know, we're in Atlanta, right? Hot Atlanta. Some of the most challenging traffic in the world, Dave. And right now you got Georgia Tech, who's kind of that person that wants to drive, you know, 65 in their own lane. And LSU's that car that's behind them and wants to go 80, 85, but can't quite get around them right now. And for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, you want to stay in front of LSU. I feel like at any point, if this game's allowed to get in an upper tempo, to go a lot faster, more turnovers, then it could get out of reach for Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech has done a nice job of keeping this slowed down pace, only running when they want to run.
The Jackets averaging 63 points a game over their last 3. They had 61 against Georgia Southern, 66 against Wisconsin, and 62 against North Carolina. So they'll be happy living in the 60s if their defense continues to hold strong. Of course, LSU comes in with one of the best defenses, if not at least statistically in the country. Number 1 in field goal percentage allowed and number 3 in points allowed. DeVoe lost the handle, picked by Gaines. Usher trying to get back defensively. Gaines.
You got to be cautious here if you're Coach Josh Pastner. Momentum beginning to swing a little bit.
And DeVoe has been real quiet here in the second half. He has been held scoreless after 10 in the first half. Leading the country at 23 and a half a game.
Yeah, there's a lot of length on the floor for LSU.
Shot clock at 7. Here's DeVoe. Eason defending him. DeVoe just coughed it up. Eason. Oh! Watch out below.
And just like that car that I was talking about, when they finally get around 80, 90 miles an hour. And look at Eason as well as the LSU Tigers. Woo! Coming in hot.
At BK, the Italian original chicken is back and in the 2 for $6. Thanks to Pete Newbacher. Crispy chicken, marinara sauce, and melty mozzarella. Because of him. For Pete's sake, the Italian original chicken sandwich is back in the 2 for $6. Pete's way better.
There Sure you are.
You know, Kath, with Chase Freedom Unlimited, we can cash back on all our holiday shopping, earn 3% at drugstores.
I'll be at checkout. You'll bring the card.
Wait, I'm paying again? Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Performance comes in many forms. When it all comes together in dramatic design, a thrilling drive, and seamless technology, we call that a family affair. The E-Pace, F-Pace, and all-electric I-Pace. How Jaguar makes an SUV.
I need 3 Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wraps.
Adding Fritos.
Order up. Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
Well, the LSU Tigers, a much different ball club after this outburst by their head coach. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and they've done it keyed by defense and really effort.
Well, when you look at this LSU team, there's only 4 teams so far. There's 4 teams that have turned over the ball 20-plus times this season against them, and only Ohio turned over the ball less than 16 times in their first 8 games. And so we talk about their length, right? We talk about the ability to defend and the different identity that they have this year. And so that's what we've seen more of in the second half. But as we said in the first half with Georgia Tech, still only a 6-point lead for the LSU Tigers. So Georgia Tech still within striking distance, but those points off of turnovers, as we saw from Auburn, with 30 points off of turnovers earlier today against Nebraska, they are now beginning to take effect on the Yellow Jackets.
Jackets led by 15 in the first half. They trail by 6 now. And here's some pressure by LSU. Somebody's got to help DeVoe. You can't count on him to score 25 every night. And where are they going to get those points?
Well, their freshmen are still continuing to evolve and to develop. Still a young team playing different roles. But DeVoe has to carry it.
Throws it up, hoping somebody would be there. Usher and Coleman collided under the basket. Pinson over to Gaines. Fudge back to Pinson. Shot clock at 10. Eason fall away. Short. Here's DeVoe.
Yeah, Coleman did a nice job of eating up his space. Tari Eason moved. Coleman didn't back down whatsoever.
DeVoe can't get that 3 to go.
Beautiful.
Fudge can't convert on the other end.
$1 million play and pass, penny finish.
Sturdivant is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line.
You see Michael DeVoe here, and that's where he actually jammed his finger. That was late in the first half. I've been there before. He's trying to play through it.
He hasn't scored since that time in the first half.
Nah, he's shaking it off, but more than anything is the mindset, right, that he's facing right now.
Georgia Tech at the free throw line, 5 out of 10. LSU's 13 out of 17 at the free throw line.
Outstanding job of Tech getting back in defensive transition. When their defense is set, they've been solid today.
Lead now at 7, 48-41. LSU out in front.
LSU on a 10 run over the last nearly 5 minutes. And the offense has been stagnant for the Yellow Jackets.
Howard is fouled by Pinson. Pinson will pick up his second. Well, it's been a tough 48 hours for friends, family, and fans of former Georgia Tech star wide receiver Demaryius Thomas, who passed away on Thursday at his home in Roswell, Georgia. One of the greatest to wear the Georgia Tech jersey. Won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. Certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to Demaryius' family, friends, and his admirers. He was just 33 years old.
Steph Curry is the best basketball player in the world.
Curry, another three. Bang!
We all know how big time Joel Embiid is.
Embiid asks the crowd, let me hear you.
I just win, that's what's up.
It's Saturday primetime. Warriors, Sixers. Tonight on ABC.
Kevin, where are you? Kevin! Hey, what's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash backing for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited. You know, I can't believe you lost another Kevin.
It's a holiday tradition.
Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
We've been waiting all year to come together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
Local restaurants have been hit hard by fees from delivery apps.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. All of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
So Domino's franchisees went to local restaurants and bought $100,000 of their gift cards to give out to our customers. That way they could support a mom and pop by ordering directly from them.
And no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
So if you're not getting Domino's, skip the delivery apps and order directly from a local restaurant.
The holidays are happening at Lowe's.
Thank you.
Shop our Winterfest event online now for pickup at the store.
Bye.
We've been waiting all year to come together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 ES 350.
Well, Damian, obviously with football coming, college football coming to a close, a lot of folks starting to pay attention to college basketball, and there have been some big upsets early on.
Oh, yeah, it's been great to see that, though. You talk about parity in college basketball. We've seen a lot of it, in particular for a lot of the quote-unquote mid-majors that have upset. But my question is, will the real number one please stand up? We had Gonzaga. Gonzaga knocked off by Duke. Duke goes to Ohio State. Ohio State knocks them off. Purdue knocked off by a buzzer beater with Rutgers. And now you have the Baylor Bears that now have the opportunity to face Villanova. They will be the clear-cut number one. 30-plus games in a row that they have won. 3 o'clock tomorrow, ABC. Must-watch TV. I like the Baylor Bears, though. It'll be a nice one. Chama Joshua, you got Matthew Mayer, Cryer, Akinjo, quality players that are back against Gillespie.
But here's what this tells me. Here's what this tells me.
What's it tell you, Dave?
It tells me that we're going to have a nice run to the championship.
Oh, no doubt.
There are a lot of teams that can vie for a national championship this year.
I would agree.
Decent. Spins.
I don't like that shot. Too much size, too much athleticism. Everybody wants to fade. They want to try to look good. Take the basketball strong to the rim.
Coleman. That won't go. The long arms of LSU batted around. Gets to Pinson. They'll go underneath Eason for another dunk.
Much better looking basketball there, but all calls by Xavier Pinson, who I think is really relishing in his role here at LSU.
Third dunk. And his 4 field goals.
Beautiful no-look pass, Dave Neal. Tari Eason, one of the more underrated transfers in the country. You've had a plethora of transfers all over, but he's probably one that people aren't talking about enough.
DeVoe in the lane.
There you go.
Boy, his first basket in like 10 minutes of game time. It has been a while since DeVoe has put it through the cylinder.
And what does that do? It allows Georgia Tech now to set up into their zone defense. You notice they're pointing, matching up, communicating. What they're hoping is that LSU's offense gets a little bit more stagnant.
Wilkinson had it. It'll belong to Georgia Tech, down 6.
And you see the mismatch here with Efton Reed. LSU not doing a good job of showing help defense. Michael DeVoe has been the main pillar for the Yellow Jackets the entire night. But once he gets by one defender, unless it's a block shot, there hasn't been really good help by the Tigers.
Davon Smith. Usher. Smith. Little floater, left it short.
Yeah, he was concerned about Efton Reed on the interior that time, potentially getting a piece.
Smith, who can fly with the basketball, bumps into Reed. That'll be the 3rd foul on Efton Reed.
Yeah, the 7-foot freshman still trying to come under his own. I really like his upside out of IMG Academy down in Florida, where he went 25-0 in the regular season, averaging about 10 points and 5 rebounds, but I think he has a nice upside as well as this season goes on.
Considered the 3rd-ranked center coming out of high school last year, a top 25 player nationally. Smith threw it away, got tied up with 3 Tigers defensively on the baseline, and Gaines going the other way, knocked out of bounds. But, well, you can tell LSU has really made an effort in the second half to pick up this tempo.
Well, anytime you get a turnover, they're out to the races. We know that about the LSU Tigers. That is their culture, the character that they displayed coming into this basketball game. What hasn't happened is Georgia Tech just hadn't had as many live ball turnovers. That time, Coach Josh Pastner, he talked to us about it yesterday. He'd rather get a 5-second call or a potential shot clock violation than allow LSU to get out into the open break against their defense when it's not set.
Yeah, but Georgia Tech has now turned it over 21 times. That is a season high. Their previous high was 16 against Stetson in game 2 of the year. Neither team has done a nice job holding on to the basketball today. 17 turnovers for LSU. They've been better in the second half, though.
Beautiful basketball.
That'll be goaltending against Efton Reed.
Well, it was confused that time. And that's what you love about the Princeton offense. You had 2 options there. Michael DeVoe could have potentially cut to the back door, but it was a Reed, and Jordan Usher used the backdoor cut to get to the rim.
Gaines. To Days. Stands on his tiptoes, but his heels on the sideline.
Well, we tried to talk about the defense earlier, and the defense has been okay. But more than anything, it's almost like both teams have been trying to get to it too quickly. And that's what happened that time by Eric Gaines for LSU.
It's going to belong to Georgia Tech. Jackets sitting here at 5-3. Last year went 17-9. They finished 11-6 in the ACC. Won the ACC tournament championship, but lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament Moses Wright couldn't play in that. And it cost Georgia Tech what they thought could have been a nice little run. Smith left it short.
Outstanding energy and effort being displayed by the Yellow Jackets right now. Once again, they're quicker to the basketball.
DeVoe. Howard left it short. Days the rebound.
Yeah, the big fella just rushed it that time. That's where Howard just has to be poised, take his time. Rodney Howard down fronting the post against Efton Reed.
Gaines. No good. Here's Usher. Wide open is Usher. Short. Tigers out in the run. Here's Gaines. All the way to the basket.
Gaines now gaining confidence. He really went 1-on-5, but it was the right play. No one stopped the basketball. See the second half fast break points, 15-1 in the favor of the LSU Tigers.
DeVoe is pushed. He'll have some free throws coming up.
Eric Gaines is gaining more momentum. Beautiful basketball, the young freshman out of Georgia.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
We've been waiting all year to come together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
College football's most prestigious fraternity welcomes a new member.
Aiden Hutchinson introduces himself. He is so explosive. It's never a doubt with Kenny Pickett. Big time throw again by C.J. Stroud. Bryce Young has been sensational.
Who will strike the Heisman pose? The Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Nissan. Tonight at 8 on ESPN.
Fumbling with floss? It's time to join the Sonic Fusion revolution. Now you can brush and floss at the same time with 2 times the bristle speed and superior flossing power. It cleans deep between teeth and below the gum line, clinically proven to be up to twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing for removing plaque and improving gum health. So upgrade your oral care with the world's first flossing toothbrush. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS and UPS. Mail letters. Ship packages. Anytime, anywhere. For less. A lot less. Get our special TV offer. A 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
Back at State Farm Arena, LSU out in front of Georgia Tech, and we've got some talented freshmen on the floor here tonight, but these might be the cream of the crop for you.
Well, you think about these 5, they have impressed me thus far the most out of any other freshman in the country. And you see Tennessee, Kennedy Chandler, and the job that he's done. Jabari, he's a bad boy. Smith Jr. early today, one of the most prolific strokes that we have in college basketball, competing with Paolo Banchero and Chet Holmgren as a potential #1 pick, and he's on his way. I thought he was a star amongst stars today. And the way that Auburn has played thus far without another potential first-rounder, Alan Flanagan, they're playing like a team that's good enough to compete for a championship this year. And one of the other freshmen that we saw on there was J.D. Davison. He's got a heck of a matchup today against Sasser of Houston, one of the best defenses in the country against one of the best offenses in the country later on tonight around 10 p.m.
I mean, unless I'm losing my mind, I thought DeVoe was the one that got pushed in the back.
Just dotting their I's, crossing their T's. That's it.
1-1 for DeVoe. They're going to say it was on the floor, so it is a 1-1 for Mr. Michael DeVoe, who came in as a 78% foul shooter. And now 3 of 6 at the line tonight.
Yeah, you have to wonder if that finger's messing with him. You can see him clenching it in his left hand, just trying to mentally and physically get through it. He's holding it still a little bit.
Fudge in the corner. Way too strong. Tapped out of bounds. It'll belong to Georgia Tech. So the Jackets get the stop they were looking for. Down 8, 6:46 to go from State Farm Arena. Coming up after this one, it'll be game 4 of what has been a busy day here in Atlanta as Western Kentucky takes on Ole Miss. For that, you can switch it over to the SEC network.
You notice Michael DeVoe seeing 2 guys, a lot of length everywhere he goes.
DeVoe and Reed getting tangled up, and the arrow favors LSU.
I mean, that's a lot of length over there. Alex Fudge at 6'8", Efton Reed 7-footer, and then what you don't see is he's over there on the baseline, so that's really like an additional defender. If you're Georgia Tech right now, you're running out of time. LSU doing much better with their turnovers here in the second half than they did in the first.
Jackets up to 22 turnovers. Here's Gaines. Shot clock down to 5 now. Eason misfires. Reed. Now Gaines.
Good pass.
Fudge. Largest lead of the night for LSU at 10. They can stretch it here. 4-on-2. Pinson.
Okay, big fella. Efton Reed showing he can put the ball on the floor a little bit, and Coach Josh Pastner has seen enough.
Efton Reed leading the charge.
Well, here's Efton Reed, the 7-footer, off of the glass, and unselfish basketball being displayed by the LSU Tigers. And then you see him get the steal and then leading the break like old Shaquille O'Neal used to do from time to time, giving it up. And right now, Coach Will Wade has the LSU Tigers playing a little bit more like we saw them play thus far in the year.
It's been a 27-point swing since Georgia Tech led at the 6:50 mark of the first half by 15. They led it 24-9, and boy, LSU has clamped down defensively. I know many of you out there looking for the UFC 269. That is starting over on ESPN News. We have 5:34 to go here between the Jackets and the Tigers. LSU trying to remain unbeaten. We started the day with 8, but Oklahoma took it to Arkansas, winning by 20 in Tulsa. And a foul on the rebound, and LSU will go back the other way.
Dave, the chess move of the game was Coach Will Wade allowing Darius Days to stay in that game. And you see Baylor. We talked about their big matchup tomorrow. And Coach Tommy Lloyd, after all the time that he spent over at Gonzaga, doing a phenomenal job at Arizona and Iowa State, the surprise after their struggles last year, the job that they're doing this year. And LSU looks like they're trying to remain one of the undefeated left.
Tari Eason down the basket. He will head to the free throw line.
Well, Xavier Pinson has done an outstanding job at the point guard position. He's very unselfish. He seems comfortable here at LSU. And Tari Eason, just like we saw him do at Cincinnati, is obviously playing outstanding basketball. Had his first double-double of the year early in this season, 11 points, 10 rebounds. He's been a key call tonight.
Georgia Tech, 3 of 14 from behind the arc. They've shot the ball well percentage-wise from behind the three-point line this year. Not a ton of threes from this team. Days. Might have been a little dramatic.
A little.
I mean, a little.
He definitely got hit in the face, though.
That is 4 now on Davon Smith. Boy, the first half, really the first 16 minutes of this game, it played out perfectly for Georgia Tech. They were swarming defensively, keeping the pace down a little bit to where they liked it, keeping LSU from running up and down the floor. And then, as you mentioned, he puts Darius Days, Will Wade does, back on the floor with those 2 fouls, and things changed at that moment. Murray. And foul underneath. That's going to go against Georgia Tech on the rebound. That'll put Eason at the free throw line.
Well, so what did Coach Josh Pastner talk to us about yesterday? He said we wanted to control our live ball turnovers, number one. Number two, he wanted to try to keep LSU into a half-court game. And then number three, he wanted to try to make sure that they did a good job on the glass. That has all changed in the second half, Dave Neal. They began to turn the basketball over. LSU became more assertive on the offensive glass, and they've allowed LSU to get out and run.
Yeah, LSU has out-rebounded Georgia Tech 38-29. And those 23 turnovers have just been a killer for the Jackets.
LSU really picking it up here on the defensive end now.
There's a foul by Eason with 7 on the shot clock. That'll get us to our under 4 timeout. LSU out in front. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Greenlight, the money app for families and debit cards for kids and teens.
Teaching her how to drive. But Dad, why not use Greenlight to help her save for her own car? Mowing lawns, getting paid. Oh, smoothies. Is that strawberry? Soon, she'll go from washing your car to flexing with her own. Even better, teach her how to invest in cars. Together, you can navigate the world of earning, saving, and investing. Because when you teach her how to be smart about money, she'll go far. Real far. Invest in your best investment. Greenlight.
I said the hip, the hip, the hip, to the hip, hip, hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang.
1 Million, Fragrance for Men by Paco Rabanne. At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Pack your bags and cash back. Earn 5% on travel purchased through Chase with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
You do this for everyone?
I try. Excuse me, ma'am. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Hey, check it out.
Lowe's Price Promise means if you find an exact product from a qualifying retailer for less, we'll match it, so you can make the most of every single season.
5 bread sticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, and the pizza plus another pizza.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
62-46, LSU out in front of Georgia Tech. Getting late in this one from State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Neil Damian Fishback, glad you could join us. Kind of the storyline offensively for LSU is Eason has busted out for 17 tonight, and some of those have been explosive dunks.
Yeah, it's part of the culture that Coach Will Wade has established at LSU since he's been there. You think about over the last 3 years during SEC play, they're one of 5 teams that have won 30-plus games during the regular season. They've won 39, Kentucky 38, Tennessee 34, and then Bama and Auburn with 32 and 30 respectively. And so this LSU team, even though they have a different identity, doing it more on the defensive end, it's something that you're going to have to deal with all year if you're playing the LSU Tigers. I think that they're just now beginning to start to reach their ceiling. Offensively, they got to get better in the half court. They've got to shoot it better. But look at the different guys. You've got Eric Gaines there distributed to Alex Bud. I mean, Xavier Pinson, an experienced backcourt guy. Tari Eason, the transfer from Cincinnati. They got multiple weapons, 8-9 guys who can hurt you on a regular basis, Dave.
Moore gets that free throw to go down. You know, I think the question was, you know, how legit is this LSU offense? 3rd in the country in points allowed, leading the country in opponents' field goal percentage. I think tonight we've seen a glimpse of what this is, and it's real.
It is. They have to show up for 40 minutes, right? And I don't know if they did that today. A lot of that the credit goes to Georgia Tech, who's picked 10th preseason out of the ACC.
And 9 days off. Let's not forget, they took
9 days off from the finals, yeah. LSU picked 6th in the SEC. I actually think both of these teams are going to finish higher than their projection.
Another dunk. We've seen Eason do that quite a bit. That one was about as casual as we have seen from him tonight. Eason has had a career-high 20 twice this year against Penn State and Ohio. He's up to 19 tonight. Here's Moore. Ooh, nice little stutter step. That was fancy.
Pretty basketball.
Tech's got to find some offense.
Well, we talked about their losses. ACC Player of the Year, Moses Wright. Defensive Player of the Year, Jose Alvarado, who Moore actually played on the same AAU team as him. And you got to remember Bubba Parham is out as well. So this team's going to be better getting closer to Christmas time. But they're just not there right now.
Shot clock at 10. DeVoe back to Smith. That's a shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time. Tomorrow afternoon, catch a top 10 college basketball showdown when Colin Gillespie and the 6th-ranked Villanova Wildcats travel to Waco to take on undefeated and number 2 ranked Baylor. That's 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central over on ABC. Of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app. With Purdue's loss Thursday night, the defending national champs with a win, probably going to jump up to that number 1 spot.
Yeah, Baylor coming for that number 1 spot. 2 of the better cultures in college basketball that you'll see in Villanova.
Do you want the number 1
Baylor.
spot now, though? I mean,
oh yeah. Well, you know, when we were at Auburn, we had the number 1 spot. I remember when we went into Kentucky, and there was a sign that said 17-0, and then there was a slash through it, and then said no, 16-1, and we did leave 16-1, by the way. But when you are in the number 1 spot, there's a tendency to pay attention to the media. You even walk, you feel a different way. You think you're supposed to play a different type of way. No, you're not. You got to keep a hunter's mentality, and that's why you've had Baylor that's won 30-plus games in a row. Is because of the mindset that Coach Scott Drew has had. But they'll face a tough task against Villanova and Jay Wright. Gillespie shooting, I think, 45% from behind the three-point line. That's going to be a heck of a matchup.
minute 45 to go. LSU sleepwalking through the first 15 minutes of this game, but Coach Will Wade got their attention, and they clamped down defensively, got their running game going. They're going to hold another opponent under 60 points. LSU has won 24 straight when they've held opponents to 70 points or less.
Well, they're a team that's always had offense. They've had talented guys who know how to score. They can get just about anything they want. But this year, their defense is a little different.
I mean, Eason's putting on a dunking clinic.
Well, no, go ahead, Dave.
He's had some kind of night. He has a new career high of 21.
Well, if you look at these guys, right? Tari Eason, 6'8". Efton Reed, 7 feet. Darius Days, 6'7". Brandon Murray, 6'5". Wani Wilkinson, 6'5". They're long, they're athletic, they're quick, and they play with a nice bit of toughness and grit. And collectively, they're going to be a hard out this year.
Should give him credit for 23, not 21. Eason, 16 of those 23 have come here in the second half. So Usher will step to the free throw line, but Will Wade will walk out of here feeling pretty good about his club. Back on the floor after exams. Always tough for coach. He says they didn't practice as much in terms of individual workouts. It was more scrimmaging to get the guys the feel of playing competition basketball.
And you look at what they have upcoming.
Oh boy.
Now, a lot of these teams actually went down recently. I thought Florida responded well after the loss at home to Texas Southern. And former LSU coach Johnny Jones. Arkansas goes down to Oklahoma. And Coach Moser, who is phenomenal, but
all those teams have a number. All have a number next to their names. The first 7 out of the league.
But all have taken losses. So they're beatable teams. I'll tell you what, this LSU team, I guarantee you none of those teams are excited to play LSU.
Georgia Tech will get Southern Cal their next game. And then Georgia State, Alabama A&M, and back into ACC play at the end of the month against Syracuse. They'll travel up to New York for that one in late December. Don't forget, as soon as we are done here, we will get you right to the UFC.
Pretty impressive second half performance by LSU. Turnovers kind of looked asleep at the wheel in the first half, and a lot of that you have to give credit to Georgia Tech, who will find their stride. But for the LSU Tigers, a lot of undefeateds go down. LSU Tigers refusing to be one of those today.
So LSU will push their record out to 9-0. This will be the 6th, I'll make it the 7th opponent under 60 points for LSU as they win it 69-53. It's their 4th win after trailing at the half. Georgia Tech will drop to 5-4 on the year. So for Damian Fishback and the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Time to get you to Las Vegas and UFC 269.
And we welcome those of you who just watched LSU beat Georgia Tech in college hoops on ESPN2. You missed a sensation.